Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Game on Cloud 9 here, and today I'm here to bring you guys a new Cloud Vlog video number 3. It has been like a few weeks, guys, since I put up a video. I think the last video I put up was my Goku versus Saitama video, which I have to say, I do not understand how a lot of people do not think that Saitama could win, because it's not that... When I said that in the video, I just have to address this real quick. When I said Saitama can beat Goku, I wasn't saying it, you know, in a sense that I'm just like, I hate Goku, this and this. I'm like, a lot of you guys want to say you can't apply Saitama's power because of, you know, it has to do with the plot or whatever, because I was mentioning that. But Saitama is a satire character. It's kind of like, how would I put it? It's not quite the same, but it's almost like with, like, let's say Bugs Bunny or something like that. People always joke about Bugs Bunny having, if in a crossover sense, having Toon Force, because you know you have him drop anvils out of the sky and all this stuff that you know doesn't make any sense. Well, Saitama literally has limitless power. You know, he literally punches people into oblivion. So, I mean, it doesn't mean Goku, like, by any means is weak, because Goku can, like, destroy a universe, literally. We know he can, you know. Like, he's literally done that against Beerus, you know, where they clash and the universe was rippling away and planets were literally getting destroyed just from that. But I feel like no one really wants to see Goku lose at all in any circumstance. Therefore, you know, people think it's impossible for... But Goku has lost, you know, before. You know, so it's not like... Versus Saitama, you know, literally people can't even injure him. Like, if you can give me an instance where Saitama has been injured, then okay. But I don't want to really get into all of the feats of Saitama if people want me to get even further in depth with that in this video, because there's probably some people that have not watched One Punch Man that should check it out. So, you know, let me just kind of, you know, scale over that. As far as what animes I've been watching, that was mainly the thing I've been watching like lately. I mean, I need to get into a lot of other anime since I've kind of halted you know, my anime watching for, or, you know, like, as far as like different shows and whatnot for a while. I'm like, this semester was just crazy. I'm almost done with Monster. I haven't finished the series yet. Monster to me is pretty slow. I mean, I like it, but at the same time, one of the things I don't like about Monster is that they'll give you the cast of characters, right? And for those who aren't familiar with Monster, Monster is this anime, and it's also a manga. It's kind of old. It's about a doctor, basically, who saves a patient who ends up being a serial killer. And he has to find this patient, you know, or he's trying to find the guy who was his patient and basically bring a stop to him. So that's essentially how Monster goes. But the problem that I guess I have with Monster is sort of like the way that sometimes they'll jump from scene to scene. Like, you'll have like 15 episodes of, like, let's say Dr. Tenma, and then all of a sudden it'll like jump to a completely different cast of characters you have no idea about. Like, you've never met them. You really don't know how they're going to connect to Dr. Tenma, and they'll keep you with them for like 10 episodes, and then you'll see them connect with Dr. Tenma eventually, and then they'll connect the dots. But to me, I don't like when you just leave me with a whole new cast of characters that I'm unfamiliar with for a long period of time. If you did it for a second, okay, until I got used to them or you eased me into it, okay. But that's one thing I don't like about Monster's writing style. I'm not really too fond of that. So that's why it's making me, it's kind of hard for me to finish it right now. I'm like on episode 40 something right now. So I know I'm almost done with it, so I am going to finish it. And like I said, I do enjoy it, but just that aspect where when they jump and they leave you somewhere for a while, literally kind of turns me off at times. But I like the series. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the writing. I'm just saying that's not my cup of tea. I don't like the way that is. A lot of people compare it a lot more to a novel, though. Other than that, in terms of anime wise, yeah, I don't think there's anything other than Dragon Ball Super and every week with the horrible animation where I'm just like literally vomiting. Like, dude, what the heck? Like, Toei, I know DBZ should have a good budget. You know, I know you can afford more. Stop getting these freaking freelance animators to do it. Or if you're going to get some freelance animators, get them to do it right. You know, like, I don't have anything against people trying to find work, but I mean, I know I want these episodes to be done correctly. You know, Goku should not be looking like he, you know, Like he shouldn't be looking like I could have just drew him, real quick 5 seconds ago, and you just throw him up, and he's like still images every second where he's shifting around and looking crazy. So I don't know. I just don't like that about Dragon Ball Super. It's just I don't know. I'm scared that I know with the Dragon Ball Super manga right now, they have a lot of interesting things going on with the Universe 6. And you have, these new fighters that Champa has. Those who don't know Champa, he's the brother of Beerus. And basically, there's a tournament arc that's getting ready to happen. They keep crapping on Gohan, which pisses me off because Gohan's one of my favorite anime characters, period. And the reason why I hold him there is because he was or probably my favorite character in any anime in my childhood. So whether or not he's a great character or not, because I'm not trying to go ahead and get into an argument with anybody about that, which I don't think anybody would really dispute me on it, but whether that is the case or not, I mean, it kind of he holds a piece of nostalgia for me from my childhood. So I don't like seeing the character being treated so poorly right now, where I feel like he's lost his character development, and even in the moments where you were expecting for him to show his old side of his rage and see his power flourish again, you don't see that, because he hasn't been training. And on top of that, he just does not care to do anything about anything. And to me, I know sometimes people always make the point that, and I know I'm kind of going off a different tangent, but I guess this is why this is a vlog, because, I'm going to hop around a little bit, but I know sometimes people make the point when it comes down to Gohan's character that he's more of a, that he's never been really a fighter, and that's what they say, or they bring out from time to time in the series. But one of the things that to me never made sense about them saying that Gohan was never a fighter is that I can recall times in the series where even though he was not a fighter, when his friends, faced some sort of danger, he was ready to jump in there and do what he needed to do, get his hands dirty. And I feel like, although he did show up to the battle with Frieza, I feel like I feel like he doesn't have the heart that he once had when he was a kid, where he would do it means necessary. It's basically just like, let me throw on my gym clothes, literally, and do something rather than, let me sustain at least the power that I have so that I can protect my friends when I do need to do so. It's just, I don't know. I just feel like he just lost a piece of his character, and I just don't like the way that Toriyama's gonna, be handled. But I'm hoping the fact that they keep putting this focus on how weak Gohan is, even in the Dragon Ball Super manga, when they mentioned that Gohan didn't even come along to watch Goku's tournament because he had some scholarly thing to go on, that this is gonna mean that Gohan is going to do something to get stronger so that he can protect people, or maybe some threat is going to come to Earth while they're all gone and they can't get back, and Gohan has to step up. I know Gohan will never probably be the Gohan he used to be, where he was the guy who, was basically supposed to be Goku's successor. At least that's the way they painted it to be. But at the very least, they can make him not suck and at least be, live up to somewhat of what he was supposed to be. At least let him be strong, at least not let him be fodder. Let him at least seem, take more on the role, like kind of like in I guess if I use One Piece as an example, we know like Luffy is, the strongest out of the crew next to Zoro, and then Zoro's next, and then you have Sanji, or I guess it's debatable between Zoro and Sanji. Let Gohan be the Sanji in this case. Let him have some kind of foothold next to Goku and Vegeta. He doesn't have to be, if they don't want to give him any strength or really make him stronger than Goku, Vegeta, or really keep up with them, that's fine. But just don't make him suck. Is all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. But anyways, I'm gonna stop on that tangent. Aside from that, I guess I get a little bit into my personal life a little bit, and then I'll get into Star Wars actually. Well, good news, I actually passed my Japanese class. I wasn't sure if I was going to pass it. That was what was stressing me out the past couple months, literally making me want to just pull my hair out and turn Snow White like Kaneki or something, but nope, I made it through, with the help of, one of my friends. She helped me out quite a bit. And then, I also, went to the tutoring and, like, from the teacher's assistant and the professor and all that kind of stuff. So it got me through enough. I wasn't sure. So, I know I mentioned it, I think, in my previous videos that I was kind of stressed about that. So I'm glad I finally made it through it, which means I only have one more semester left of college, which is good because then it means I can start putting more focus towards things I actually care about once I'm done. like getting more professional job, putting a lot more focus into my business, Shining Otaku, being able to write more for my manga, and also propel a few other things forward with Shining Otaku. And I'll mention a little bit more about Shining Otaku at the end, but I want to get into Star Wars, actually. Now, I'm going to say I'm probably going to talk about this for at least 2 minutes, so if you have not seen it yet, you probably want to skip ahead. There may be a couple spoilers I'm going to drop in this, or a couple. I am going to spoil some things about Star Wars, so you may want to skip around or skip up a little bit. I won't talk about it forever though. So just right now, spoiler: Star Wars movie. I'm talking now. Go. Okay, so first off, I have to say I enjoyed this movie. I've never been a real big Star Wars fan. It was only until maybe last month when I rewatched all the movies that I watched growing up, and then watched, of course, the older ones that I've seen. I mean, obviously, I technically, they came out way before I was even thought of, but I rewatched a lot of those that I saw when I was growing up, because when I was growing up and I see, like, let's say my dad had the Star Wars movies on, or I watched them like when they were in theaters, like the prequels. Well, I didn't really care for them that much back then. My dad wasn't even a big Star Wars fan, so I mean they were okay, but I didn't follow the story that much. I got more into it recently once I watched it. I was like, you know what, Star Wars actually is, I really kind of enjoy it a bit more than I did back then. I think it's because I understand a lot more things about it. And after, of course I, saw it, went to go see, The Force Awakens, and it was actually spoiled for me before I actually got a chance to see it. Not intentionally either. I went on Facebook and they told me that, or I saw an image of what's his name? I have to forget his name now. Han Solo getting stabbed, and I did not see who did it or what. So I remember instantly I clicked off. I was like, no, I'm not gonna know. I don't want to know. At least I don't know the context. Tell me why I'm on a meme for something completely different, talking about deaths, and somebody literally leaves in a comment, oh my goodness, or like, how horrible Han Solo, killed at the hands of his own son. So to me, that gave away the identity right there of who he was and everything. I wasn't disappointed on what happened. I was disappointed in the fact that I was spoiled. And when I actually did go see the movie, I remember I saw it in 3D and everything, because I was like, I've got to try to at least get my best visual experience out of this, because I know that plot point was so major that, it's going to kill out of the movie for me in terms of surprise factor. So, I did enjoy the movie. I was disappointed with the fact that Finn didn't get the light that I wanted him to get. I'm not going to lie, guys, and, not to, make a spectacle out of this, but I wanted to see, for once, a black character, take a fight. I'm not even gonna lie. You don't really see that often in forms of media, so I really wanted to see, and I know people probably say, why you want to make it around race or whatever. I mean, I just wanted to see something. I guess I wanted to see, for once, somebody of, color, like, you have a black character that's a main character, fight a villain and, have the spotlight for once, and take, and actually do something, rather than be a side character that gets either knocked out. We're either wondering whether or not this character is going to survive the fight, or if they do survive the fight, how useful they were actually going to be. So a little bit disappointed with that, although he did do something, and I do like his character, so I can't complain too much about that. And, Rey is also pretty cool. I do not think they should have been able to beat Kylo Ren, though. I do have to say that. And that end of the fight made absolutely no sense, to me at least. Because Kylo Ren, I don't care if he was injured or not, don't compare yourself to Vader at all if you can't handle two people who had no Jedi training, and you supposedly, took out all of basically Luke's entire, like, Jedi school. I'm like, how did you do a Vader feat, but then you weren't freaking acting like Vader when you fought that battle? But we're not going to get into that. That's just my opinions on the movie. I enjoyed it a lot. I look forward to the next one, but Kylo Ren better step his game up or get some mad training for real. I guess to kind of end off this particular video, I think I'm gonna make a crossover battle maybe on Shinichi versus Kaneki. I'm not sure. That's one crossover battle that I have in mind. Um, I have to think of some more, but I'm gonna at least try to do that once a month, just like I did the whole Saitama versus Goku thing. Aside from that, I have actually a couple big things coming up too. Actually, in a couple days, I'm going to be releasing a Prefundia video. Now, some of you may not be familiar with what a Prefundia actually is, but the project that I've been spending like a year plus working on, that you guys probably been wondering when I keep talking about, yeah, I'm doing this with Shining Otaku, yeah, I've been trying to do that, and I've never clearly actually stated what it is that I'm trying to push out there. Well, as soon as I touch up on it, because I mean, literally, I'm at the finishing touches of this, so it should be done in a couple days. I will be able to share that with you, and it'll be on Prefundia. Now, some of you guys actually could probably look it up right now if you want to. It's actually there for you to see it. But I'm really gonna put it out there for you guys to really check it out. A few days from now, and I think a lot of you guys will be pleased with what it is. It revolves around manga. It's something that you all can get involved with. It's something that you all will like. So it's not just something that I'm trying to do myself. It's something that you guys would be able to actively participate in, and I think a lot of people out there would enjoy. So it's more of a community type idea that I have in mind. And I'm looking to do a Kickstarter for this community basically in February. So, of course, I'm going to let you guys know about more details literally in the next few days, after I touch up on everything so that to make sure you guys would understand, basically what it is that I'm trying to do. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about everything I guess I talked about in this video. Hopefully, I know I was a little long-winded probably in this one, but hey, I had a lot of different things to talk about. And even now, I'm still kind of cutting it a little bit short, because I could go on forever about what's going on the past few weeks. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think about the Star Wars movie. Let me know what you, think about, One Punch Man ending. Be mindful that, I guess of spoilers for people. I know it's been a week plus for, Star Wars people, but hey, I understand the pain of hearing a spoiler when you were not ready. So, I don't know. Just put spoiler if you're going to, say something just so people don't read into it, unknowing what they're reading before they actually read it. So anyway, thanks guys. Hope you guys liked this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. If you didn't like it, then you can put a thumbs down if you want to. Choice is yours. And like the Shining Otaku fan page, guys, for more updates on Gods of Life, Eclectic Dude, Naraku Murder, and other manga that are coming up with Shining Otaku. Anyway, I'll see you guys later.